All right, so to start with, before we get into GST and ratios, let's do a brief review of percentages, which we started last lesson. So um, I've given you two examples to do here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you 5 minutes to get your books out and actually try to solve these questions yourself. Okay. You'll find this very useful for the assignments if you haven't already started it. So if you listen to the question, so after the 1.5% yes, the new amount is 60,000. So what did I start with? So here I gave you the starting amount. What would you in the second question that we have told you the end of 60,000 was the original. Well, I like this. But how are you going to put this? Okay, year 11s. Let's talk briefly about this. So, to do this question, let's recall to increase a number by r%, multiply it by, and if you didn't write this down last lesson, you should get it down now. 1 plus r divided by 100. Okay? So if we start off with 60,000, that's our starting amount. Starting salary, I'll say. Then I'll multiply it by 1 plus 1.5 divided by 100. And whatever this number is here will be the final salary. Now, if you do this calculation, you'll get $60,000, 900. Is that what you guys got? Yeah. Okay, excellent. Yes, Kalisha? Why is there a 1 here in there? Great question. All right. Imagine that the 1 represents 100%. That's your original amount. And then here, you are adding r% on. So for example, if r was 5, then this would represent 105%. Or increasing it by 5. Wait, what's the one? Oh, never mind. Okay, was anyone able to do the second question? I haven't told you how to do it yet. So no. Take away 900? Is that what you're saying? Take away 900 instead of adding. Because you're basically doing a decrease instead. Yeah. Okay, so not quite. We are not decreasing it by 1.5%. So let me explain why.
But isn't it like you have 60,000, but you already know that 1.5% of 60,000 is 900?
Don't you just take it away?
So be very careful. $60,000 is the final salary after the pay increase. So I'm multiplying by, I'm just going to say 1.015, because that's the same as 1 plus 1.5 divided by 100. And I don't know what this number is here. So my starting salary is the question mark. I take that and then I apply the 1.5% increase to get $60,000.
So can't you divide?
You can divide by 1.015. So if I just, maybe I'll just call this X because I'm so creative. All right, so if you do that, you'll get some number. And you get 59,113. Notice it's not 59,100. It's not the same as subtracting $900. Okay?
I don't understand that.
That's okay. This is a good opportunity to learn something then. So can you elaborate? Where are you getting lost?
Why is it 1.015?
Okay, 1.015 is just another name for 1 plus 1.5 divided by 100. Okay, so if you can do the mental math for that, great. If you don't know that, then don't worry about it. Okay? So the lesson here is which number is being increased. So here, you might think, oh, I increased by 1.5% to get $60,000, so maybe I can just find 1.5% of 60,000 and take it off. But that's not the case here. I have an unknown salary, which I then raise by 1.5% to get $60,000. And this is actually a linear equation here. Okay? It's very subtle, but you need to be clear whether you're dealing with the starting number or the final number. When you apply percentage increase or decrease, you apply it to the starting number. So what I think I will do is I will start the next lesson with one of these questions and see whether you can do it. Okay? I don't want to dwell on this, but I'm only mentioning this because I will probably put a question like this on the test, asking you to demonstrate your understanding of this. All right.
Like, 2 seconds.
All right.
Thank you.
It's okay. All right. So the next section that we're learning about is GST. Now, I want to ask, did you learn anything about GST in Year 10 Maths?
No.
No.
What is
But you were nodding your head just now. So
what's GST? I learned about it.
in Year 10 Maths? Somewhere. Okay, so does anyone want to take a stab at what GST is? Yeah, Ash. A tax on a product? Yes. Jackson? Goods and services tax. Very good. All right. So whenever you buy food, whenever you go to Food Works to buy groceries, you pay GST. And the way this works is the government is actually taxing the business. So let's say I want to buy something for $110. The government will actually take 10 of those dollars away from the business owner. That's like a tax. Okay? So we pay the GST, but then the business owner who takes our money has to pay part of that back to the government. So if any of you become a business owner, you will care about GST, which makes this sort of relevant to real life. Now, the question that everyone would ask, I think, in this classroom is, well, okay, if we have to pay a tax to the government, how big is that tax? Anyone know?
Wait, so why do they call it GST, not tax?
GST is just an abbreviation for goods and services tax. So the word tax is in there with the letter T. All right. Does anyone know what percentage it is?
Isn't it?
10% is correct. All right. So the way this would work is, I can't think of it. It's not helping. What's something that I can buy for $100? That is
A frank.
okay, I've never paid that much for clothes.
Oh my god.
I guess it is.
Makeup?
A gift card. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's
Drink bottle.
a drink bottle for $100.
This is actually like 70 bucks.
Okay. Wow. The world has changed. Since I was a kid. Anyway, let's
A ball gown.
like the ball coming up.
No.
Alright, so guys listening? Alright, let's go down. Okay. So let's imagine I want to sell something for $10. I mean $100, okay? So I'm the business owner now. If I want to sell something for $100, whatever you chose. Okay. Not that. The government is going to tax me 10% of that. So 10% of $100 is $10. So if I sell something for $110, the government will take 10 of those dollars from me.
You'd be a good salesman.
Me?
Yeah. You know what's up.
Okay, so I'll write this as an example. If a business sells something for $110 with GST, the GST will be $10.
Is this being YouTube?
Yes.
Why was this?
All right. So sometimes in maths, I will tell you where formula comes from. And at other times, I will just give you the formula. So today, I'm just going to give you the formula, okay? All right, so your life is easier. So please write this down because you need it for the assignment. If I want to figure out how much money I get to keep as the business owner, I need to take the price including the GST and divide it by 1.1. So if you think about $110 and you divide that by 1.1, you'll get $100. So if I sell for 110, I get to keep $100, and that means $10 goes back to the government. The second thing I want you to write down is that maybe I know that I want to keep $100. So how much money do I need to sell it for once I include the GST? Then I need to take that number and multiply it by 1.1. You should see that these two equations are actually the same, just rearranged. Instead of multiplying 1 by 1.1, I divide by 1.1 instead. So even though these two equations look the same, look different, they're actually the same equation. Okay. All right, let's do this with an example. All right, so I like sushi, so that's why I chose this.
Oh, we just talking about eating sushi after
Okay, so let's say I own a sushi shop. I don't, but let's say I do, okay? And I'm selling sushi for $3.20 per roll. And that price includes GST. The first thing I want to work out is how much money I get to keep when I sell that roll for $3.20. So what should I do?
10% of $3.20.
No.
No?
Look carefully at the formulas here.
Oh my bad.
Wait, I need a question.
3.20 times.
All right, let's go back to Ben's thing though. 10% of $3.20 is 32 cents. I'm going to use this to prove that we don't get the same answer. Okay? Yes, Emily?
I don't get how those two but
They still look different to you?
how are they the same? The two equations.
Okay, so if I multiply this by 1.1, this goes away, and I'm left with just the price of GST.
But you're dividing it.
Yeah, but if I rearrange the equation and move the 1.1 to this side, like this, okay? X equals y divided by 1.1, or x times 1.1 equals y. These are the same. Okay?
Sorry.
It's okay. Good question. Some people say that the stupid questions are the ones that are not asked. Yes, would you like to go get a remote from next door to turn on the aircon? Thank you, buddy. Okay, so let's focus again. I'm sensing I need to get you to start work soon. So I've got $3.20 and I want to find the price without GST. So what should I do? Should I multiply this number by 1.1 or divide it by 1.1?
Sorry, my bad.
It seems like we're split.
I didn't raise the question.
Ben, I was talking to my mom about you last night actually.
Cool.
All right, as I asked the class just now, just up the back row, Ben. So as I heard the class just now, it seemed pretty 50-50. So I've written the information up for you now. The price with GST is 3.2. I don't know what the price without GST is, so which formula should I use now? The top one. Because I want price without GST. I don't know that. So I'll also use the formula where this is the one that's being calculated. So 3.2.
Oh, I get it now.
Okay? Okay, so if you do that, you'll get 2.91 to the nearest cent. Notice that if I take 3.2 minus 0.32, I actually get 2.88, which is not the same price.
Hey, it's very similar.
It's very similar, but if this is millions of dollars, you actually care.
Well, it's not.
Then you don't care. I mean, you still care, you're still losing money. Yes, Tyler. Toilet? Yes. Okay, let's do the second part now. If I tell you that the price of the sushi roll with GST is $3.2, the price without GST is 2.91. Now I'm interested in how much tax I have to pay to the government. So how do I figure that out?
You just do that.
Did you take did you find the difference?
Exactly.
You just take 291.
Yep.
Yeah. And whatever's left over is
Yep. That's it. So 3.2 minus 2.91, finding the difference. So it's 29 cents. Okay? You will do a calculation exactly like this in the assignments. And then the third part is quite challenging. I haven't given you a recipe for that one. All right, you guys okay with this?
I'm writing down.
Yeah, I'll give you a few more moments. Do you find this topic easier than the last one with all the gradients and slopes? Yeah, yeah, good. Period one, I think. Yeah. Tomorrow will just be work time because the VCAL students have their placements. All right, can I go to the next page yet? Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
yeah, all good. You know the person that you know Mitch Grotus? He came to you're working with him, and he came to my house and said, "Do you know the guy with the orange hair who's working with me?" I said, "Yes." Yeah, and then he said, "Tell me about it," and I said, "He's really sweet. Don't you worry, he'll be a good worker." So I googled it and it is.
Okay, so on that note, I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to give you, let's say, 20 minutes to do some work on 1C, and then we'll cover 1D together.